Your morning blitz begins now.
Get that chance. Go play for a national championship. We're going to swing as hard as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
On the Blitz.
Just after 6 a.m. on a Thursday. Welcome into the Morning Blitz. How we doing, kids?
Doing pretty good.
What?
That was a big sigh, Thick Rick.
It's a weird week. There's no game.
Oh.
It's weird.
Okay.
I don't like it. Had those 2 first games. I need more.
I don't think college football should even have a bye.
Yeah.
You're only playing a few games.
Don't we have 2 this year?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because the new 12-team, just play through.
Just play through,
Play
right?
through. You play 13 games a year. Play through.
Well, at least I've got college football 25. It is National Video Game Day, by the way.
Nice.
Big holiday.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
I had, Charlie and I, you guys. All right, last night, oh my goodness, rest in peace to my Uncle Dick, who passed away this past weekend.
I'm sorry.
Absolute rock of my childhood. I love this man. If you live up in Knox County, Apple Valley, you absolutely know who Dick Sabo is. He had a car dealership there, Ford dealership for years, and he just is a real, he's beloved in the Apple Valley community. All right. So his funeral is today. The calling hours were last evening. So Charlie and I were driving to the calling hours and just got to talking about the dumbest things. And one of them was, do you remember that bumper sticker that said, "How's my driving? Call 1-800-EAT-SHI." Yeah. Okay. He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And so my phone's connected to his Bluetooth. He goes, call that number, see what it says. So I called it. It's a freaking sex line, guys. It's so funny.
Yeah.
The sexy lady, she's like, she and her girlfriends are offering you tantalizing fun or something. We were dying laughing.
What's the number? Asking for a friend.
1-800-EAT-SHI.
Yeah.
You know.
The word.
Huh.
Well,
yeah.
there's some...
How's my
people
driving?
have some weird fetishes out there.
It is hilarious. So I Googled it just to see. That thing's been in operation as a sex line forever.
Is that
I had
right?
no idea.
I got a long drive later today. Perhaps I'll just for research purposes.
Yeah, I don't know when they start charging you,
Give it a
so
call.
be careful. But it is a 1-800 number.
$2 for the first minute.
She's like,
75 cents for
Did you ever call one of
additional
those as a
minute.
kid and then you had to you did the timer? All right. I think if I could just stay at 3 or 4 minutes, I'll be okay.
I think they're smarter than the kids and know how to keep you on the line.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you could try and go for 50 seconds and you think you're not going to get charged.
Right.
But there's nothing happens in the first
2 minutes.
Yeah. That's the way they do those things.
Yeah. You're on the other end of the line. Stop with the small talk.
Stop telling me to push 1 and 4.
Just get into it already. We only got 2 minutes.
Just go.
So that, you know what? You could have told me many things this morning. Kelly calling a sex phone line yesterday would not have been anywhere
That
on
was
my bingo board.
Absolutely not what I was thinking it would be, but it did. We did get a laugh out of it.
I was starting
to get it's my own husband, and I was starting to feel like I got to cut this off. What is this? As soon as she said they were offering tantalizing fun, I clicked the end button. I'm like, I'm good.
I'm interested to see if you get charged $2 for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever they charge.
I got you for the first
You know
minute.
what? I called it again this morning on the way to work just so I could remember what they said.
For more tantalizing
My gosh, for more tantalizing fun. I got about 10 seconds in tantalizing fun.
Well, maybe we should call it.
You might have to bleep it. I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Yeah. 2 things.
Call it right now.
Life is
Not
hit me with 2
live,
surprises
no.
today. 1, that phone sex lines still exist, and 2, that Kelly Quinn called one.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
On National Video Game Day.
Right? Would not have guessed that at all.
By the way, I just got my PS5 last month, and there's already a new one. There's now a PlayStation 5 Pro
That's
that
been out
just
for a
dropped.
while.
No, it just came. It was just unveiled Tuesday.
Oh.
It's you'll love it because it has no disk drive, but it's got 2 terabytes of storage space and upgraded graphics processing for higher frame rates. It's like, really, you didn't get it right the first time? You had to put out a new one, and it's $700. I'm like, I don't think I need it. My college football game's fine.
Are you thinking about buying it, though?
No, I'm just like, why? What, is this just a money grab?
Well, yeah.
The graphics, they can't possibly really be better, right? I guess a higher frame rate is possible.
Listen, iPhone puts out a brand new unnecessary phone every year and gets a ton of people to spend $1,000 on it.
Not just spend $1,000, but camp out at a store waiting for it to open.
It's all a money grab.
Yeah, those people. Yeah. iPhone camper outers are right there with flat earthers.
I kind of agree, yeah.
Especially since you could just order it online and have it delivered day of.
Correct. All right, Morning Blitz trivia.
All right, $25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. What rock star's son is now receiving death threats? What rock star's son is now receiving death threats? First one to tell us at 99700 gets the gift card.
Hey there, Shasta. I've been waiting for your call. Are you ready for some tantalizing fun? Well, me and my sexy girlfriends are hot, wet, and ready to party.
You can't put that
we can play
on the air.
privately, one-on-one. Or we can all come out and play together. The choice is yours. The hottest action is right here.
That is so gross that you played that. Yuck.
Why'd you stop it? It was just getting good. I believe her for one.
1-800-EAT-S? That's one. Why? Why is that the phone number?
Why did you ruin it? I really felt for a minute like she was waiting for our call.
Boy, you got a lot farther in that call than I did.
Kelly was gone in 10 seconds.
I hit end call pretty darn quick. Well, I thought it would be some funny kind of thing like, because the bumper sticker is, how's my driving? Call 1-800-EAT-ISH. And I thought it would be some like funny trucker telling me to go to hell or something like that. I don't know. It was not a funny trucker. I'll tell you that.
That's hilarious.
Could have went a different way too.
Oh, you listening to them? I mean, the way they talk in there. Nobody talks like that.
Well, listen, it's also
they do.
It's the poorest quality. Like, in this day and age, that is the poorest quality 1-800 number I've ever heard in my life.
Listen, that girl is working her way up to something big.
Is she?
Yes. And we're here bashing the quality. She was tugging at my heartstrings.
I think that needs to be re-recorded with newer equipment.
Yeah, it sounds like it was recorded back in the 80s.
It does. It probably was. I wonder who pays to keep that up. That's so funny. We do, I guess.
You pay to keep it up.
Had a booming amount of calls from Columbus in the last 24 hours.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. All right, Morning Blitz trivia question was, what rock star's son is now receiving death threats? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the late, great Chester.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that makes sense, because people are unhinged, and they just replaced him in Lincoln Park.
It started with him coming out and attacking Shinoda and Emily. You know, you're killing my father's legacy. Stop.
Oh, the son was critical.
Yeah, Jamie Bennington.
I gotcha. And so then people started sending death threats?
Yeah, Lincoln Park
we
fans.
jump really fast to death threats, don't we? There's not even a slow burn to that. It's like you go from being offended to death threats.
Right?
Yeah, see, I feel like replacing it with a guy, you can if you replace Chester with another guy, you are working more in the direction of killing his legacy than replacing him with a female and continue. The rest of the band's still alive. You can't get mad at the rest of the band for continuing their business.
Well, he got on Emily for her ties to Scientology and Danny Masterson, and then the fans just they lit into him, and here's Chester's son Jamie talking about it.
All these people come over to me and they're like, "You don't know what your dad would think. You're a 16-year-old little cow, you idiot." What? You're coming over to my posts. You're coming over to my live streams where I'm telling you my feelings and my thoughts on the matter. You're telling me to kill myself. You're telling me that I'm awful. You're telling me that my father doesn't appreciate me. You're saying X, Y, and Z, but like, what are you talking about? You didn't give a when he died? If you did, you would understand what the problem is.
Man, they told him to
All
kill
right.
himself.
Now listen, you should never do that, but is
Right.
this kid's it's his first time on the internet? Like that's how
yeah.
it goes.
I know.
If you want to
Well-
get out there and start saying things on a live stream, you are going to get crazy comments, period.
Correct.
There's no justification for it at all, but for this kid to be surprised that his strong opinions are going to elicit negative responses, that's crazy.
Right.
He's 16 though. I got to forgive him.
And I don't condone what anybody said to him, but at the same time, I would bet everyone's salary in this room that when Chester was alive and Lincoln Park was making Lincoln Park business decisions, at no point in time was Chester consulting his young son on any of those decisions.
Wow, I mean, he was a baby.
Right.
Okay, now listen. I would love to see the pictures and the ages of the people who were giving death threats to a
Yeah.
16-year-old boy.
Right.
Who are you? We need to know who you are because you deserve public shaming.
But that's the same people that it's the world we live in. Everybody,
Yep.
you know, if you say something somebody doesn't like, now you've triggered a keyboard warrior someplace that can do whatever you want because you've opened that box. This is the world you've made that the norm.
Yeah,
I can tell anybody anything they want. We talked about the parasocial relationships or whatever. Everybody thinks they have one with somebody because you follow someone on Twitter. You're apparently now invited to Thanksgiving dinner at their house and didn't realize it. So you have the right to tell them whatever they want and comment whatever they want, whatever you want on every aspect of their life. That's what the social media world's created.
Well, they did their first reunion show last night in L.A., and Jamie went. He went to the concert.
Sure
So,
did. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Brian Shackelford from Columbus was the first one to text in the correct answer. Brian's got the $25 gift card to Water Beds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores, Columbus's original vapor store.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
Kerry gave us a new slogan. He said that a tantalizing good time. That could be the new Morning Blitz slogan.
Tantalizing.
I kind of like it.
The word tantalizing is not used enough.
No, it's not. We have a tantalizing session of I Got Something right now that's in progress.
I suppose TikTok will start saying, "Oh, that's tant."
Ooh, it sounds very
That's-
close to something
yeah,
else.
That's.
I'll be like, what are you...
Well,
We know what Kelly's mind went.
mine weren't there too. So
All right. Well, let's.
Always on the taint,
Yeah.
isn't it?
when you spend as much time on the taint as I do,
Okay, enough. I've got something. Okay.
sure. Is it tantalizing? Because if it's not,
Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine has found that 70% of American hospitals contain at least one fast food restaurant.
Oh, really?
Hospital.
It's not just hospital food anymore. You can go to a fast food restaurant.
what if it's a terrible fast food restaurant though?
Hey, like St. Anne's, I can tell you this firsthand. St. Anne's does have a Starbucks in there.
Well, that's one of the 5 most common food joints in hospitals. Subway, Starbucks, Au Bon Pain.
Au Bon Pain?
Au Bon Pain. What? I've never heard of that
You
in my
haven't?
life.
You've never heard of Au Bon Pain?
Oh, we used to have an Au Bon Pain in is it City
Au Bon
Center.
Pain. Say it. How do you say it?
I don't know. I'm
Au
just trying to
Bon
be
Pain.
Au
France.
Bon Pain?
Au Bon
Au
Pain.
Bon Pain.
Why is it spelled pain?
Because it's
P-A-I-N.
It's
French,
painful
man.
after you eat it.
It was delicious.
It
I
is,
remember
yeah.
All right.
it.
Well, Subway, Starbucks, that one, Chick-fil-A, and McDonald's are the 5 most common food joints in hospitals. Dr. Zishan... What?
Does that mean if you're at a hospital that has a Hardee's, you might want to transfer into a different hospital?
It's like an off-brand
Right.
hospital.
Exactly. Can you send me across town where that Chick-fil-A is?
Dr. Zishan Ali says... Making fast food like cheeseburgers and fried chicken available in hospitals is hazardous to the health of patients, visitors, and staff. Eating
Why?
fast food raises the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
So
Well,
is
I
that
mean, I
hospital-
can get it whether I'm in the hospital or not. I guess if I'm a patient in the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, do they have access to the McDonald's?
Yeah, your
just had heart
wife
surgery.
has to go get it.
You just had heart surgery. You're laying in the hospital. Give me some McDonald's.
Right. No.
I just thought that was funny. I didn't. I guess I've never seen them. And I don't even remember the last time I was in a hospital, though. But fast food restaurants in a hospital, that just seems weird.
Yeah.
OSU has a Wendy's. Thank
Yeah.
you, Rick.
OSU Hospital?
Uh-huh.
Yes, absolutely. That's true. In case you needed my confirmation on that one.
we can 100% confirm that is the case.
All right, I got
Going in for
something.
heart surgery, but I want a Baconator first.
All right, so I guess there's really no season anymore for good horror movies. They release them all year long, but we are in horror movie release season.
I love a good horror movie. We're finally there.
Tomorrow, the movie Speak No Evil is in theaters, and so it's like officially underway, I guess. And Speak No Evil is a remake of the Danish movie of the same name. Okay, it's about a family who vacations an isolated home with some new friends, and things go sideways. Okay, it's getting great reviews, but it reminded me of a movie that is the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life, and indeed, just this month made the Movie Maker 13 scariest movies they've ever seen. This is it, all right? Are you ready for this? I'm going to lay it on you. It's a foreign film. 1997, an Austrian movie called Funny Games. This movie is a psychological horror movie that I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was absolutely horrific, scary, terrifying psychologically. It's about a similar thing as Speak No Evil. A family of 3, mom, dad, son, and their dog arrive at their lake house and are taken hostage. It is so scary. And then 10 years after the foreign movie Funny Games was made, the same director made it an English version, an American version. Frame by frame shot. It matches absolutely perfectly with the original Austrian movie.
Wow.
It's called Funny Games, and it stars Naomi Watts.
Where's it streaming?
And
I want to see this.
It's so scary. I'm not kidding. And everybody who's seen I haven't seen the American version, but they say it's excellent. And it's obviously it's the same director, and it's a frame by frame reshoot of this movie with American actors. Anyway, I think reading subtitles forces you to pay such close attention to a movie that's sort of what made it gain a little more. But I've never forgotten this movie. I saw it 30 years ago, and well, almost. And it was horrible. So anyway, if you guys are looking for a terrifying psychological thriller, I highly recommend Funny Games, either the original Austrian version, or I haven't seen the remake, but it's supposed to be excellent.
It's on Max.
On Max.
Gonna watch that.
Okay.
Dude.
Hey, tomorrow's Friday the 13th.
Hey, perfect.
That's probably why it's coming out.
Well, I got something that's kind of a combination of both of those things.
Okay.
A real-life horror story, and it took place in a hospital. So
How about that?
you knew this was bound to happen sooner or later. A fake doctor is now on the run for operating on a patient watching a YouTube how-to video.
No. What?
Kumar Puri is a doctor at Jampati Hospital in Saran, India. He stands accused of causing the untimely death of a local teenager by operating on him without proper knowledge or skills. The boy's family claimed they brought him to the hospital last week after he had vomited several times. He was admitted with symptoms subsided. His symptoms had subsided, but Dr. Puri decided that he had to operate on the boy to remove a gallstone that was causing the vomiting. So after sending the teen's father away on an errand, the doctor operated on the boy without the family's consent by using a YouTube video on how to remove a gallstone. It gets worse. This resulted in worsening of the boy's condition. Go figure. Eventually, Dr. Puri decided he should be transferred to another hospital, but the patient died on the way, and the doctor went on the run after leaving his body on the steps of the hospital.
My God.
Wow.
What?
Right?
Where's he now?
On the run.
Oh, he's on the run.
If I'm being honest, I feel like the guy wasn't paying close enough attention to the YouTube video, because those YouTube videos are killer. They're so good at helping you do things.
Yeah.
I feel like if he was paying close enough attention, he might have had a successful surgery. He just didn't do it right.
Yeah, I don't want my doctor. If you don't know how to do it, I do not want my doctor. I'm okay with working on my car watching a YouTube video, but if you came in the next day with a symptom like, Kelly, no worries. I watch Grey's Anatomy and YouTube. I got this. No.
There's the heart.
Right.
I think.
Hey, is that a tendon or a ligament? Is there a difference?
All right. How about if they offered you a deeply discounted surgery?
How deeply discounted?
50% off for the YouTube doctor.
I better get a Baconator before I go in there.
Yeah, it might be the last one you ever
That's
had.
what we got. Shine down on the Morning Blitz, 6:51 with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. Sharon said that YouTube video from the doctor was a killer. Sure was.
Yeah.
Justin said if the video had subtitles, he would have paid closer attention. Maybe.
That's true, Justin. If the video had subtitles, he would have paid much closer attention.
Had to read them. What if you're in the middle? Can you rewind that a minute?
Oh my gosh.
My guess is there was a commercial break and he just didn't want to hang on through it. You know what I mean?
Right?
He's just like, I got this.
Yeah, if you're going to use a YouTube video to operate, you need to go with the ad-free version.
Right.
So, you ever pee in a candle? I mean, I peed in the sink. You know,
To put it out?
Yeah,
what are you
no.
talking about?
Yeah, I asked, you ever pee in the sink just to change things up a bit?
Yeah.
So the same question. Pee in a candle?
If I had a wiener, I would. I definitely would have done that by now.
What is going
At
on
age
right
60.
now?
I mean, it's, you're like maybe around a campfire,
Right.
and you think, man, let me see if I can put out the embers here.
Well, this one's gross. A young girl covered in pee when she opened a candle at Dollar Tree in Indiana. Which
She
they should
got
call
covered?
Yeah, which they should call a $1.25 tree now because it's never nothing in there's $1 anymore.
Oh, so this wasn't even a burning candle? Somebody
No.
just took a whiz on a fresh candle?
I guess. Her
That-
mother
what?
reported it. The manager said someone had been peeing in the candles for a month and they can't catch them.
Oh, are these like in the jar? Is that what?
A jar full of whiz.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Like at what's
Yeah.
the candle store?
That's gross. Yankee
Yankee
candle.
Yeah, they got all those jars. So they're filling up the jar
Yeah.
on top of the candle by peeing in it. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Apparently,
What's going on?
9-year-old little girl. Now, that's sad. Shopping for a gift for a teacher. At one point, they were smelling candles. The girl opened one, tipped it to smell it, and it poured on her shirt.
Listen, to the little girl, if I were an attorney, I would represent you in an assault case here.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. That is disgusting.
Warforyou.com.
The mother took her daughter to get checked out. She's fine. She says she also reported to the police, and they're investigating.
She picked up a candle to smell and tilted it back, and it literally, liquid went down her. And at first we're like, maybe it's just water. And as we're walking through the store, we get a foul smell. And Grace goes, Mom, my shirt really stinks. They told me it's been happening over a month, and they're not able to catch the person doing it. And there's no cameras down the aisles where he is doing it. The manager has asked for corporate to put in cameras in those areas, and corporate just doesn't want to pay for those.
Wow. So why wouldn't you take the candles? If you know you have someone peeing in your candles, why wouldn't you, do a sweep, so to speak?
I'm like bringing my own camera in there. That is how much I want to catch this person. Like, you have a ring camera or something, just set it up, man, right by the candles. Let's catch this person.
And the
Come
other
on. So what is it?
Dollar.
Indiana, South Bend, Indiana, Dollar Tree.
And it wasn't even it probably wasn't even fresh pee. It was probably like old pee.
You think? I feel like this person's doing this pretty regularly.
What do you think? Well, I know, but is he like actually doing it in the store, or is he doing it at home, filling up a jar and coming in and pouring it in?
That's a lot of work.
Well,
I see. Like,
you don't think a psychopath like this would go to that kind of trouble? They're crazy, man.
Yeah, he's not like unzipping there in the store, is what you're
I don't-
saying.
yeah,
He's doing
I
it
don't
off
know.
campus.
I don't know, yeah.
All right.
No,
got it.
I would not go through the trouble of bringing my own pee in the store. If I'm going to pee in a candle, it's happening right there in real time.
Just like a good psychopath.
Yeah, I'm not transferring. There's no transference.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Billionaire, entrepreneur, and adventurer Jared Isaacman is performing the first spacewalk by a private citizen. There's a live broadcast happening, and he'll be followed by SpaceX engineer Sarah Gillis. This is a 4-person, all-civilian crew, and it's the SpaceX Dragon capsule. So this guy, with more money than you can ever imagine, gets to be the first private citizen to spacewalk. It was, I guess, supposed to happen at 2:23 this morning. They had to put it off until, or about an hour ago. Anywho, they're both spending about 15 minutes each outside the capsule, and it's meant to test SpaceX's new spacesuit, which is designed to keep the astronauts safe in the vacuum of space, protecting them against radiation and extreme temperatures. You want to be the first guy testing out a brand new spacesuit?
Lewis does. I don't.
Why would you think I want to be the first guy testing out a brand new spacesuit?
I don't know, man. Like,
we kind of know you.
This is okay. This guy's described. This Jared Isaacman, who's doing it. He is, I guess. I mean, he's got billions, and just like the people who went down to try to reach the Titanic and imploded. Like, it's that spirit of, like, I must do the next craziest thing. Like, I have to be out there taking chances. It's just a wild mindset. And I think all that money allows you to be the most extreme. Yeah. And to me, testing out a brand new spacesuit in space is the most extreme.
But yet we can't get 2 astronauts home. That's weird to me.
Well, yeah, they're quite delayed, isn't it? Quite delayed. All right, Hurricane Francine made landfall last evening in Louisiana. Thank you, Jim Cantore. I don't know if you saw the video of Jim Cantore in Morgan City, Louisiana, when this hurricane hit. It's another quality Jim Cantore video of him just getting blasted by the wind and rain, getting knocked around, delivering absolute quality content. But anyway, it came ashore as a Category 2, and it quickly went to a Category 1.
Oh, good.
And then now it is downgraded to a tropical storm. Areas dealing with downed trees, power lines flooding. Authorities have been making water rescues. Mississippi and Alabama getting severe weather today. All right, JT, Justin Timberlake, scheduled to enter a new plea tomorrow in his drunken driving case in the Hamptons. He has reportedly agreed to plead guilty to a less serious offense than the original charge of driving while intoxicated. Now, famously, Justin Timberlake was arrested in the village of Sag Harbor on June 18th after police say he ran a stop sign in the village center, veered out of his lane. He got pulled over, and JT got out of his BMW. They say he was reeking of alcohol and performed very poorly on field sobriety tests. He told officers he'd had 1 martini and then famously muttered under his breath, "This is going to ruin the tour." To which the officer said, "What tour?" He had no idea who Justin Timberlake was. He said, "What tour?" And JT said, "The world tour." Which, of course, became a viral meme, which I encourage you to go down that rabbit hole. It's pretty funny. Anyway, JT is going to plead guilty tomorrow and pay a fine, and that is that. Those are your 3 things.
I mean, you knew this was happening. He was never going to get away, you know.
It was only a misdemeanor to begin with, so he wasn't going to jail over this ever. So I guess
this was just a way to, you know, let him go on tour while this gets tied up in court for a while and deal with it when the tour comes to an end.
If I get pulled over on the way to work one morning, police officer standing there, I'm just going to kind of mutter under my breath, "This is going to ruin the show."
That you have to say it.
It's going to ruin the morning show.
No, you have to say it's going to ruin the tour. That applies to everything now.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Okay.
The cop, what tour? Who are you?
That's right.
I'm Thick Rick. Oh, the chandelier guy. Well, then you should have no problem paying for this ticket. How's that, Lord Zor? Fantasy football, this.
Right?
Cedar on the Morning Blitz, 7:09. It is Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Some sun early, and then it gets a little cloudy this afternoon. We'll see a high of 88. So according to JC, if it's 90, I have to tell you to water your pets and your old people. But we're under the 90 threshold, so no one needs to pour water on JC today. Keep the water in the cup. It's going to be hot, though. Probably a little muggy, so enjoy that.
Christine wants to know about the scary movie I was talking about earlier, and that's called Funny Games. You can either watch the Austrian version with subtitles or the American version. It's a frame-by-frame exact replica of the original movie. So.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the debate the other night.
What a joke.
Different kind of horror story, right?
Right.
Anyway. I like when they do frame by frame, though. I'm impressed that I feel like that takes a lot to be able to do a frame by frame. You know what I mean?
It was the same director, so it was his whole vision to begin with. So he knew exactly. It's set in the same house. They used the same props, everything in it. They were made 10 years apart. The original in 1997, the remake in 2007.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's extremely scary.
Have to check it out. Chipping your tooth is apparently a scary thing, too.
You know, I was thinking about when I chipped mine in high school, and I didn't know how common it was. And I come in here and I ask you, too, if you've ever chipped your tooth, and you both have?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How did you chip yours?
Kelly? Well, this is embarrassing. I don't think I've ever told the story because it does embarrass me, and I still have a chipped lower tooth, the front lower tooth.
Don't worry, mine's going to be more embarrassing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was eating ice cream and I bit down too hard on the spoon and it chipped my tooth. Like I felt it. I heard it crunch off and I felt really embarrassed by that. Like you're going so hard at that ice cream that you chipped a tooth. That's embarrassing. So
no,
this is it's the first time I've ever told that story to anyone in my life.
It's commitment.
I don't even know if my husband knows that story.
Yeah, he does now.
Yep.
How'd you chip yours, Lewis?
I was eating a bowl of O's. You guys know what an O's cereal is?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember having it. My grandmother used to get
Wait, is it generic Cheerios?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
no.
I just really wanted to make this story sad.
I can do that for you.
Okay.
So my grandmother, who lived through the Great Depression, she would only go to stores where she could save. So if you took my grandmother to the grocery store, you had to go to 5 stores because a loaf of bread was cheaper here, coffee was cheaper there, whatever. You had to save that nickel. So my grandmother, very often did she not buy the name brand cereal, but one time she bought me O's.
Okay.
And it's this little like cluster that has nuts in the middle of it.
Ooh.
I had not had it in years, but I was going through the grocery store and I saw O's. I'm like, well, hell, I got to buy a box of this. I haven't had it in forever. I bet this is pretty good. Like, cracked my back tooth.
Oh, chipped it on cereal.
Yeah, I'm like, I bit into it. And you do feel it when it happens.
Yeah.
I feel like that was
a
a deformed piece of cereal to be able to do that.
The O's are pretty crunchy. There's like nut clusters like in the middle. The nut cluster is pretty solid.
But we were both going at our food
Yeah.
so intensely that we chipped our teeth.
Yeah.
Interesting. What about you, Thick Rick?
Well, we have to get to break, but I'll tell you when we come back.
Got a good one?
And I'd like Blitz Nation, if you guys have ever chipped your tooth, I'd like to hear your stories because mine's definitely what you two did is nothing compared to how I did.
Okay.
I chipped mine.
Shuffling with the devil when you get to a certain age. 7:22. Good morning, Blitz, Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Sometimes you just can't run anymore. Shin splints, arthritis, a lot of reasons. Just a power walking with the devil. Not quite the same thing, right? Can you see that old man doing his thing? What are you doing? Power walking with the devil. Let me go. It's Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Good morning. You ever chip a tooth? Rick has. Kelly and I have. Her on ice cream, me on cereal.
Well, her on the ice cream spoon.
It's the spoon.
You on the actual O.
Yeah, I realized I should have lied. I should have been like, I should have made it super cool. So I was in the bathroom of this really badass rock show, and we were doing lines off the toilet, and, you know, I misjudged my entry, and hit my tooth on porcelain. But no, that didn't happen.
Mine's not that far off from that. Although much
You
more.
were doing lines on a toilet, the badass rock show?
Much more innocent than that.
Oh.
I was in high school in our apartment, half bathroom, toilet in front of a sink. Just, half bath. Got up, off the toilet, bent down to pull my pants up, was too far forward, hit my tooth on the sink, and broke half my front tooth off. I told you it was way more embarrassing than yours, Kelly.
I probably would have went with the line on the toilet seat.
Yep.
Oh, no,
True
that's
story.
a small bathroom.
That's
when
it.
you bend over
It
and
was
chip your tooth on the sink.
The smallest bathroom.
Either that or a vicious game. I was fighting these 4 guys in this back alley outside of a show, and I got the better of 3 of them, but one of them caught me with a chain right in the mouth, and it chipped my tooth.
No, wait, so I need to know what happened. So half your tooth chips off. Mm-hmm. Would you go to the
go to the dentist and I get a crown.
You got a crown.
You know.
You didn't duct tape it back on? Hold on, I can fix this. No one needs
man,
to.
But like, how long did you wait? Did you get in
I
same
got in
day?
that day. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
because walking around with half a front tooth is would be horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It was, man. Yeah, that's very tiny bathrooms there. That would be Regency Arms Apartments on Parlin Drive in Grove City. If you've ever lived there, you know the dinky half baths I'm talking about.
Ryan said, I also have a don't try this at home from when I was in the military, and a line of my classmates tried opening a bottle with their teeth and chipped and broke off pieces of 5 teeth. That was fun trying to explain that to the instructor. I bet.
Okay, how about this one? Anthony says, remember those old school metal chain basketball nets? My brother and I took our mom's little jazzercise trampoline and we're slam dunking, and the chain swooped back into my face.
Ouch.
And ripped out one of my front teeth and chipped the other one. Oh,
Damn. Ow.
The jazzercise trampoline.
What is crack the egg?
Crack
Matt chipped his playing crack the egg on the trampoline as a kid and still hasn't gotten it fixed. What is crack the egg?
I don't know. Kitty said she chipped 4 teeth at the Ozfest at the Germain Amphitheater in the mosh pit. She caught an elbow to the eye, which caused her to bite down on a tongue piercing, and it chipped teeth.
We've had a lot of people who've chipped or, the crown's fallen off, and you don't realize until you crunch into it because you're still chewing. And you crunch into that piece of tooth.
Ooh.
This is why I don't do pits. Someone asked me last night at Avatar, you getting in the pit? Hell no. Absolutely not.
I'm going to start wearing one of those football mouth guards in the pit.
Kara said she was riding her horse. She got the horse was startled or spooked, and she reared up, and her chin hit the top of her head, and it chipped her lower right tooth.
Jeez.
Wow, on a horse riding incident. I love it.
Kelsey Mess says, I was on the rail for falling in reverse years ago at Express Live, got kicked in the back of the head, and chipped my front tooth on the rail.
Ouch.
Bam. Dawn said, short versions, a few weeks ago, my husband made chewy brownies, no nuts, anything in it. Those chewy brownies pulled 2 of my crowns off, one on each side of my mouth, swallowed one. The dentist officer laughing their butts off. So $404 later. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And Sean, my tooth. So I was walking down the sidewalk with my wife. 7 guys came out of the alley and jumped me. I fought them all, but they kicked me. Taking a page from Lewis's book.
Yeah,
that's a great story,
happen.
Sean. I'd roll with that, dude.
Tristan said, I chipped mine on my tongue piercing. I was eating and somehow bit the bar, and it chipped his tooth. So that was it for the tongue piercing. Took it out right then.
Taylor did one of your tricks, Kelly, only he chipped it on a fork eating a brownie. Because you shouldn't be using a fork to eat a brownie.
Absolutely.
No, I'm kidding, Taylor.
I use how am I supposed to cut out my brownie ends with a fork?
Gosh.
I would have totally chipped my tooth on a fork, but I had already done it with a spoon.
Jeff said, I chipped my tooth after I finished a 5th of Jack Daniels and proceeded to drum out a drum rhythm to some heavy metal song on a cooler when my friend told me you might want to stop that before you hurt yourself, to which I replied, don't tell me what to do. And in a drunken rage voice, I then took an empty 5th bottle and slammed it on the cooler, which bounced up back into my front tooth, causing the tooth to chip and my lip to split.
Oh,
that is a good story.
Yeah. I looked like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber for the next 15 years.
About 15 years ago, I tripped down the stairs behind Rivari Room Hound Dog's Pizza after drinking and broke both my front teeth on the parking lot. Jeez, cost a bit more than a chip.
Okay, Dustin says crack the egg.
Yeah.
Is the same as popcorn on the trampoline, and
What's popcorn?
Is that when you're like trying to double bounce your friend?
Yes. Well, Chris said crack the egg is you get in the shape of a ball, and all your friends bounce you higher and higher until you can't hold yourself in the ball anymore.
Oh, got it.
Adam, I got in a fight in a bear in the middle of the woods after 7 minutes.
All right, no more fake stories. Those make me mad.
These are great. I'm taking notes.
Well, what's the fun in a fake story? Because the real ones are so good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Can't you just imagine young high schooler Thick Rick in the tiniest bathroom ever invented, and he stands up to pull his pants up, bends over, and chips a tooth on the sink? That's how squeezed into this bathroom he was.
This scar on my hand, for years, people really did believe that we got in a fight after we were coming out of an 18 and under or a 21 and under club, and I punched a guy and missed and went through a car window. That's not even true. Reality, I got really excited during a football game and smashed the glass in the ceiling fan light above me. But the bar fight where I punched through the side of a window sounds so much better.
Disagree. That just pisses me off.
Why?
Because when I find out it's not true, I feel like punching you.
Let's be honest. You'd feel like punching me whether it was true or
No,
not.
I really am on board with your stories, but then when you say I'm just kidding, it didn't happen, it makes me insanely mad for some reason. I don't know why. It's like this just acid that starts flowing through my veins.
You know what's really awesome, Lewis? It's not me right now.
It's me. Nirvana on the Morning Blitz, Heart-Shaped Box, 7:39 with Vic Kelly and Lewis. That was the song you were listening for tickets to see Dirty Honey, and congratulations to Curtis. He got himself a pair of tickets to do just that.
He's in Utica.
Oh, I love Utica. It's very beautiful. There's a lot of good farmland out there.
Jason said...
I would love to live there. That might be my next goal.
Jason sent us a funny Deshaun Watson meme. Jason, we are going to get into that tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff to unpack there. But today, so I hate that word and I keep saying it.
It makes it better that you keep mentioning that you hate the word.
Because I want to punch myself.
It really drags it out.
I know. Next time I'll just start punching myself in the face and then you'll be like, oh, he said so. I found out a married couple that I know doesn't have assigned cars. They have two cars, but one isn't his and one isn't hers. They just wake up every morning and grab whichever set of keys and go.
Okay, that's insane.
That's
right?
nuts.
I never knew that kind of thing happened. I mean, I know when you get married, you share community property, although in most cases what's mine is mine and what's mine is also hers.
I mean, my car ends up being like my little home on wheels. Like, I got to have it set up, man.
Right.
It's going to be mine. My presets on the radio. It's got to be like my stuff in the glove box. My breakfast bars.
Well, I mean, a lot of the new cars now, you have a profile.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, you can see I'm exposing the fact that I'm driving a 2015.
Well,
I
yeah,
know.
I know. I'm in a 2014.
2015.
Yeah.
2014.
We're fancy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I know my in-laws. They each have the same kind of car, different color and everything. But when you get in, you change the profile. It automatically adjusts the seat, the presets, everything. It's set to your profile.
That is the bougiest thing I've ever heard. I love it.
Yeah.
Guys, this isn't new. This has been going on for a while.
Will it warm up my buns to the right temperature?
Oh, I'm sure there's seat warmers, I'm sure.
It'll take a second to get there. But no, I mean, most people I always thought had their own cars. Right?
I don't know anybody who does that. That is an interesting situation. You just, whatever keys you grab, that's the car you take in the morning?
That's nuts.
I will, Kelsey said she's laughing here, 2010. I will say this. There are a couple of rules that are mandatory when you get into cars. Actually, there are 3 rules that I can say should be a written law. If Ice Cube's Today Was a Good Day comes on, you listen to the whole song, start to finish. It is a must. If In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins comes on, you must do the mandatory air drum solo during the mandatory air drum solo. And the third thing, and this is the most important rule that should be a federal law, if it is my car and I am the driver and you are getting into the car, you are a backup singer. Don't you even think about singing lead when a song comes on the radio. You are the designated backup singer. That's how that works.
I love it.
Sit in the passenger seat singing lead when a good song comes on. F you.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I understand if you use each other's car in an off moment on the weekend, something like that. But during the week, your weekly routine, going to work, I mean...
I would never wake up in the morning and take my husband's pickup to work.
Yeah.
I would if I had to, because he always takes my car to get oil changes. God bless my husband. And then we'll switch cars. But that is a rare occasion.
Right.
I don't like driving a pickup.
My wife hates driving mine.
Yeah.
She wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
If she got up in the morning and I had taken her car to work and she had to drive my... She would be furious.
That's a weird thing. I always thought everybody had their own car, but apparently this is not. It's more common than you think. A lot of people from Blitz Nation chiming in. You can do the same thing, 800-821-9970, or text us at 99700 if that's the case. Mike said, look at you all in your fancy newer cars. I'm driving a truck made in the 1900s. 3 Days Grace on the Morning Blitz, 747 Thick, Kelly Lewis. Do you have community cars at the house, or does each person have their designated ride? That is the question, but kind of shocking. A married couple doesn't have assigned cars. They just grab keys to whatever and go. We don't think that's common, but maybe it is.
That's just weird. I mean, that's like taking turns on different sides of the bed at night. You know?
Exactly. We have assigned sides of the bed.
Right.
Do not mess with the system.
I'm guessing people who just take whichever car also take whichever side of the bed.
They're just living fast and loose. They're playing fast and loose with the rules. The rules of marriage. You get your own car, your own vehicle, and your own side of the bed. It's like sharing an iPhone. What are we doing here? I just pick up your phone because mine's upstairs. You can use my phone today.
Well, if you have a family plan, why not?
It's just insane.
But if you have a family plan on your phone, why wouldn't you have a family plan with your cars?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a phone is very personalized. So my apps are not the same as my husband's.
I would imagine that. You're calling sex lines on your phone. He's not on his.
That is true. That call did register on my phone, but we both listened to it on the car speaker. Until it got weird, then I hit end real fast.
You didn't want to have a tantalizing good time?
I did not. I did not want a tantalizing good time.
Now, see, I'm okay with the community cars unless one of them's a minivan, then that will always be designated your car. Because there's no chance in hell.
No, you're not.
Yeah, Sean says, I get the lousier of the two cars. Always have, always will.
Oh.
Someone be like, if it was like the minivan, hey, you just take the minivan today. I'm like, nah, Uber. We're good. We're good. My luck, the Uber would show up in a minivan. Plenty of room back there. Get on in.
Matt says, I drove my girlfriend's car to work Tuesday to do an oil change afterward. Hate driving her little baby car. Most of us love our... Don't you end up getting attached to your vehicle? In some way?
I think so. I can't drive cars anymore. I hate being that low now because I've been driving up high for so long. I can't stand to be down low.
Such a difference.
It always takes me a second. If I go from the Roadster to the G, it always takes me a second to adjust. Kara said my husband and I switch cars often. It depends on who's picking up the kids. I mostly drive his car and he drives mine.
Oh, okay.
And
then someone said when I was married to my ex, we'd switch and take whatever car had more gas.
All right. Mark says 3 cars. One is the weekend car, convertible. I bet they have a chandelier. And I take whichever has the least amount of gas so I can make my 40-mile drive to work a little more exciting.
Travis says, we're talking about cars. I think we drive older cars. I have a 2015, he has a 2014, and everybody's coming in with the cars that are way older than that, which I love you people. I'm going to drive my 2015 until I can't get it in gear anymore.
That's what I do.
I love this vehicle. I'll never give it up.
Drive until they're dead.
At the rate you're hitting things, that might be sooner than you think.
That's absolutely true. Yes, I am in a rental right now because of that very situation.
Now, that car that's the same car that hit the deer then, right?
No.
Oh, it's
that's
not.
not the same car that hit the deer, but it is the same car where I rolled over a construction barrel. That is that same car where that needed extensive repairs. Because
Much better to roll over the construction barrel than the construction worker.
Yes.
So.
Amen. But to be fair, I was in a... Never mind. I don't even need to go into the story.
Oh, now
Never
you
mind.
have to.
You have to.
I dialed
do
this.
that?
To be fair, I dialed this number. They offered me a tantalizing good time. I just lost my train of thought.
You can't do that.
I was just going to say, to be fair, it wasn't my fault. But nothing's ever my fault, is it?
Okay.
No, they left a construction barrel in the dang middle of the road.
Yeah,
and it was
I get
on 161, the underpass, the bridge. And it was pitch dark.
That's not your fault.
And I'm in the middle of the night driving, and I freaking hit this construction barrel, and it tore up my vehicle.
That's not your fault.
I did call and said, who forgot to pick up the construction barrel in the middle of the flipping highway? And they were like, oops, our bad. But do you think they paid for the damages? No, they did not.
Mindy said, my husband and I have our daily drivers, but we also have 3 fun cars. We would be okay with throwing all 5 sets of keys in a bowl and pulling random keys to drive for the day.
These are our 2 daily driving cars. These are our 3 fun cars over here.
Drivers.
One stays at our vacation home, and the other one...
They're having a key party with their cars.
We have a winter fun car and a summer fun car. I can't talk to you people anymore. The guy here to polish the chandelier just arrived.
And it's me.
My cappuccino's getting cold.
Speaking of your cappuccino, Angela says, we don't have assigned coffee cups, and I know I'm annoyed when mine is in use by someone else.
Thank you. The rules are plain and simple and very clear.
Finite.
Yes. Use your own stuff.
That's great.
We're getting all kinds of old 09 Civic, 344,000 miles.
Oh, love it.
AC.
I love it.
2005 Toyota. That's just getting
2005
broken.
Pontiac G6 from John.
So apparently,
you guys, I love it. Oh, we're all the same kind of people, aren't we? Don't get me wrong. Do I love a new vehicle? Yes, but it also has weird new features that freak me out. So I'll take my 2015.
Cassandra said when she found out there are couples who don't have a designated side of the bed, it blew her mind. And I'm with you. I don't get that one. I don't get that one or the cars.
Nathan can't
Amen.
drive his wife's Cadillac because he has to move the seat, move the mirrors, switch a bunch of things around.
See, they don't. Yeah, if you drive an older vehicle that doesn't have the what did you say, Thick? The profiles.
Yeah, set up your own profile
where it's even the rear view and all that it adjusts to you.
Everything.
I mean, that's fancy.
Yeah.
That's fancy. For most of us, we're having to readjust everything every time we use the other person's car.
Helen said her husband works for a chain Italian place and it smells like stale breadsticks whenever his car smells like stale breadsticks all the time.
Oh, but that still's a good smell. Bread, even if it's stale, isn't it?
Sure. I like a good smelling loaf of bread.
Taylor says, I actually drive the car that's in my husband's name. He drives the one in my name. It's just how it worked out when we were buying cars.
Well, that's fine. As long as you're all using the same car every day.
Right. Ron says, the way our driveway is, we can't park side by side. So it depends on which car was close to the road when one of us had to leave. Or if we wanted to drive a particular car next day, we make sure we park right.
Robert says he drives his 1997 Ford F-150 flare side. Nice! Is that the oldest one we've gotten so far?
No.
Driving a 97 Ford F-150?
No, I don't know.
I bet you don't let your lady drive that, do you? It's too precious. Ben G says, I have a friend I call the king of beaters. He has 7 cars. He has to drive a different one every week because they're all junk and always breaking down.
Steve texts in, Mr. Lewis, step out of the car, please. Hold up, Ice Cube is on.
Exactly.
Did you say this is going to ruin the tour?
Like, look, officer, you don't understand. He's about to get the part in the song where he messed around and got a triple-double. I can't miss that.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, hey, we may know the origin story of the pet eating rumors in Springfield.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat Eat the cat. They're eating the cat.
Oh, do I love a remix. I love a remix. In a post on X yesterday, Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost says that there is a recorded call to local dispatchers in Springfield about people catching geese for food. Remember, they were like, oh, they're eating cats, they're eating dogs, they're taking geese out of the parks. The call was made on August 26th. The man claims he saw 4 people carrying geese near the Buck Creek Trail. He told officials the individuals were speaking Haitian Creole. The report states Springfield police officer Jay Perelman responded and referred the case to ODNR, and ODNR did not find any evidence to support the caller's claim. But the fact is the call was made, and so that may be what has spawned the claims. Most notably by Donald Trump, that the Haitian community has been eating people's pets.
I watched the debate.
Yes.
Yesterday, and after he said that, and what David from ABC said, who was it? The city.
David Muir. Oh, Springfield?
Yeah.
The city manager.
David on ABC said the city manager said they had no official report of that. But Trump said when he was there, he was talking to people who told him this. So it wasn't like it was something he saw in the news. It was the people who had their pets taken told Trump personally this, is what he said. So
okay.
I just want to put that out there. He didn't make any claim that there were official reports about it.
He did do a sick remix, though, of his claims.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
That's pretty good. I like it.
It's a pretty good one. Pakistani man living in Texas has been indicted on charges that he was trying to orchestrate an elaborate murder-for-hire plot targeting former President Trump and several other politicians. Now, they were able to catch this guy quickly. I guess this man, his name's Asif Merchant. The Justice Department says he has ties to Iran, and he started to recruit who he thought were hitmen. Instead, they were undercover federal agents. So that plot was busted fairly quickly. One of the, I told you it was an extremely heartwarming surveillance video. And if you guys can just Google it, it's all over the place right now. But in Nashville this week, on the pedestrian bridge over the Cumberland River, there was this distraught woman who climbed over the railing of the bridge and was standing there on the ledge, just looking like she's ready to jump. She's ready to go. At the very time she did this, John Bon Jovi was filming a music video on the bridge, and they hadn't closed off the bridge because they wanted it open to the public. They wanted pedestrian traffic. So John Bon Jovi sees this woman who's ready to jump off this bridge. And he walks over with another woman on the, is doing the music video. So they walk over. They can you can't hear anything. There's no audio to the surveillance. But you can see him sort of stop, giving the woman like some clear distance, maybe 8 feet, and he just sort of leans over the railing and starts to talk, and the woman who was with him kind of came over and eventually just sort of rubbed the woman's back, and you can tell the woman's distraught. That she turns toward them, and they help her back over the railing. And then I'm going to cry. It's so good. John Bon Jovi gives her a huge hug, and then they just kind of walk off, and the woman is getting mental health treatment. I mean, it's just such a nice story. And the cool thing, if I can pull myself together
I
here.
saw the video. I hated that I couldn't hear anything.
I know. It's just, it doesn't really need audio, but I'm with you. The audio would have been interesting, but it doesn't much need audio because just the visual of it all was just so intense. But John Bon Jovi has extensive training in speaking to those in crisis. He has his foundation.
Oh, his foundation, yeah.
Yeah, the JBJ Soul Foundation. He helps people all the time struggling with issues personally. Like, he's personally involved in helping people struggling with issues like homelessness and hunger and crisis situations. So he was able to help this woman.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Well done.
Oh, I can't get myself together. I'm so sorry. And those are your 3 things.
Lincoln Park on the Morning Blitz, 810 with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. It will be sunny this morning and some clouds roll in, 88 for the high today. And there's a lot of rumors now that Shinoda wants to re-record all of the old Lincoln Park songs with Emily Armstrong. That is just a rumor.
Oh, really? Go in the studio and do it, huh?
Just stop.
Interesting.
Just stop.
They should do a new song.
They did.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating dog. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
I don't know how well that plays.
Is that like a Linkin Park hit?
I think you would need some guitar in there.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating
possibly
the
a
cats.
6-beat.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs.
Now,
They're eating the cats.
This sounds like something maybe Snoop Dogg would reintroduce. He wants to intro the Hood Olympics. It's for athletes who missed out on the Paris Summer Games. In a recent interview, he kind of explained his vision of showcasing talent from underserved communities, offering a platform for those who excel in sports but weren't quite Olympic caliber.
I mean, one thing I want to do is have like the Hood Olympics, because there's a lot of homies from the hood that could run a 10-2, that could high jump, throw the javelin, backflip, swim good, jump over gates and hurdles. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make it, available for the athletes from the hood that didn't make it, that probably had certain ramifications, but they still were athletic and they still were good. So I want to bring that component, and hopefully we'll be able to, make it make sense.
I feel like he's joking, but I think he's serious at the same time.
Well, I love the idea.
I
think
great.
it's incredible.
It's awesome.
This is borrowed and stolen. There is a movie from the 90s that is called I'm Gonna Get You Sucka.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And I believe it is in I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, where they have what they refer to as the Ghetto Olympics, and carjacking is one of the events. And everything else, like mugging. Like, they have all these as, like, sports.
I like Snoop Dogg saying, if you can swim good. That's so good.
That's great.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I know some people who were jumping. They were running from the law. I mean, they jumped right over the fence.
I am tuning in for the Hood Olympics.
But I feel like he's got a point. There are people who didn't have opportunity to actually be in travel sports. They couldn't afford it, but they're great athletes.
Absolutely.
It's like, why would you... This is a cool forum for people who couldn't make the Olympics but are actually incredible.
There have been like college football players, like their first, second year, they're great, and then all of a sudden you don't see them anymore. They didn't make grades, whatever. They got kicked off the team, and then a couple years later, all of a sudden, this guy's in the NFL. It's like, well, he showed up for training camp and made the team, and it's like, that's what happens.
Wild.
There's a lot of backyard MMA out there, so why not backyard Olympics?
Yeah.
For a lot. I mean, there really are.
There are people
for
sure.
Hundreds of thousands of people watch videos of street fights.
But I think Snoop Dogg's not going to cheap out on the production. Like, this is going to be legitimate.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, it'll be 100.
8:24 on the Morning Blitz with Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis. Good morning. Thursday, one more day to go, and we are officially at the weekend.
Ready for it.
I have a wedding Saturday.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be spinning some hot beats?
I am.
No, dropping some hot beats?
Going 100?
Are you going to be going 100?
The bride was cute yesterday. She was like,
hey, you can't be saying about another guy's bride.
I can. No, she's
sicko.
Like, hey, just so you know, my grandparents went to a wedding a couple weeks ago and they played way too much rap music and they're traumatized. So I want to make sure that we don't traumatize my grandparents. I'm like, look, I got a swear word minimum. I don't care if your grandma's sitting there or your great uncle.
A swear word minimum.
Yeah.
I have hot beats you can drop. They're
not gonna play
eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
You got to play that.
I'll
send you the song.
You got to play
Why not?
Why?
No.
It's a great beat.
Where's this wedding? Is it close to Springfield?
No, it's not.
All right.
It is not.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Oh, man, you packed that floor.
They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
No, I'll clear that.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
I like to keep my side hustle free from any form of political slander or endorsement.
I understand. I don't blame you.
Speaking of weddings, there's a new job. A guy in Spain says he makes good money as a professional wedding destroyer.
Is he crashing these weddings, or
basically, if the bride is having last minute cold feet or whatever, they bring him in
to object.
Oh my gosh!
Is it?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Is there anybody here today that sees the reason why
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh my!
I have always wanted to do that.
I've never wanted to do it, but I've wanted to be sitting in the audience.
Right?
I've wanted to do it. I always look around in the audience. I'm like, oh, there's got to be something. There's got to be somebody hammered drunk in this audience that doesn't agree with this.
So I've never seen that happen before. Do they have to give a reason, or they just object and that's all it takes?
I don't know, but I've not been to a wedding where they've even really asked that.
Oh, they always
lately.
ask it.
I would say in the last, 5 years of weddings I've been to, they have not asked that question.
I think if I was getting married, I would tell the officiant, I do not want that asked.
No, 100%.
Or does
With
it not?
your past? No way.
This is one of those things that I'll never have to worry about. So
is the ceremony, is it not official if they don't ask? Is that a requirement?
No, you don't have to ask that.
It's part
Okay.
of it. Well, you can write your own vows. You don't have to go
Well,
with
that's
the
not a
vows
vow,
of it.
though.
Well, it's part of the thing.
But
No,
I
you
mean,
can just have you don't have to have the minister
why do
say
they ask
anything.
it at all? Why did they ever start that?
I don't know. Maybe in the age of adultery and polygamy, when they outlawed all that, they had to ask if anybody knew any reason why these two couldn't legally be bound.
So you got cold feet, all this money's been spent, everybody's coming, and you don't know how to get out of it. So
They're
you
first
hire this
cousins.
guy, and he comes in to object? That's what's going on?
There's sometimes where families just don't like the choice of the...
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in weddings where, like, the family wants to take control. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah, I know.
My big reason for not doing weddings very often is because of, it's not necessarily the bride and groom.
Parents.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Both of your families are
Yeah.
annoying as F.
Yep.
Straight up.
Been there.
Yeah, that is frustrating as all hell.
You got the bride tells you something specific you're supposed to do, and then the mother-in-law comes up and says to do something else, and I'm going, and then the father who's paying you comes up and tells you to do something else, and you're like, what am I, I'm going to piss the bride off, and then I'm going to piss the mother-in-law off, but he's the one paying my check. What do I do?
I'm a Richard, and I know I am, because there's nothing worse, if you're DJing anywhere, there's nothing worse than someone coming up, shoving a phone in your face that has the worst playlist ever curated by man, because they want you to play it. And I'm like, dude, what do you do for a living? Oh, you're a garbage man. Okay, do I follow you from house to house asking you how you're going to put... No, I don't. So go over there, sit down, and enjoy the show, or leave. I don't care either way. But I had a guy walk up to me and go, look, dude, I don't like the vibe you've gotten here, so this is what I think you should do. I'm like, well, let me tell you what I think you should do. See that woman in white over there? She's the one paying me $1,000 to be here. Unless you want to cough up the same amount of money, sit the F down, shut the F up, and listen to what I play next.
He's upset, Kelly.
Oh, I get annoyed.
Well, it is.
Straight up
I
annoyed.
get it. Because you've met with the bride and groom.
Correct.
You've curated this list based on what they want.
Correct.
And then some guest is going to tell you to play something else. You can't. It doesn't work that way.
Think you need to put the Killers on. Think you need to shut up and have another beer.
But this is a good side hustle job, man.
Yeah, so this guy apparently
this.
will this guy will apparently show up and destroy your wedding for $550.
Oh, I get that much just to show up at a wedding and say, I object. That's all I got to do?
He's booked through the end of the year.
I got time.
Now,
Right?
listen, you got to do more than just say, I object, because everybody's focus is on you at that point. You've got to have a reason that would make it not possible for this wedding to take place. So what is this guy
that's what I
saying?
was wondering.
Like, I'm already married to that woman, and we have 7 children.
Right.
I mean,
You know,
can't lie.
You're just making a spectacle of yourself. You've got to somehow shut this wedding down. So what do you say?
Yeah, I don't.
What do
That's
you
why
say?
I asked. Is that all you? Is it legally? Is that all you got to do? Is say I object, or do you have to give a reason?
I don't know. That's a good question. Someone said try being a wedding photographer. It's just as bad.
Oh,
I
believe it.
I
believe it. Yep.
100% believe it. Yeah. It's the thing I think people forget when they go to a reception. It is not your party. Like, that's the one thing that I think is lost on people. Like, it is the couple, maybe a little bit of their immediate family. It is their night. It's not yours. If you don't like it, so what?
Yeah. But you do want your guests to have a good time.
You do.
But you don't get to curate the playlist.
Correct.
I mean, this is news to me because I've already got a playlist started that I'm probably going to hand to you at the next boring wedding reception I'm at.
Wow.
Listen, I can get this party going. All right, trust me.
I know what you should do.
Yeah. No, you really
And then
don't.
I'll give you the little cassette tape with the Jamiroquai song
There
on
you
it
go.
and do the Napoleon Dynamite.
It's 8:40 on the Morning Blitz, and Kelly and I are about to become the victims of Thick Rick's new game.
Well, one of you is.
It's been excited about this for days.
Because you got to think fast.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to... I don't want to bring this up, but our last game that we did that I complained about every time we played it...
It went away.
It went away, but I complained about it because I said I need a second to digest before I start spitting out things, like I need a second.
So the whole purpose is not having that second.
The whole purpose is not thinking fast for me. But this game's called Think Fast, is
Yes,
what
but
you're
it
saying?
has nothing to do with sounds.
Okay.
You don't have to digest a sound.
When you say think fast, I feel like you're about to throw something at me and I have to
Exactly.
duck or dodge
I'm
out of the
gonna
way.
whip a rock at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, think fast, boom.
Yes.
I'm going to throw something out there, and whoever answers correctly first will get the point. It's that simple. So you have
Okay.
to be able to think fast and then answer, and we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. If it sucks, we won't play
If
again.
you start burying me in words, Lewis, it's going to make me so anxious.
Would you like me to let you win?
If you wouldn't mind, like that might make it go better for everyone involved
Well,
here.
this is going to be if you answer, it's because you know. In this case, it's not really going to be so much of a guess.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
I think.
Is this like charades?
Oh crap! I'm nervous. I'm
All right.
so nervous.
So
Black, black.
we're giving away Andrew Schultz tickets, and we have two contestants. We have Sherry and Cameron. Cameron, Kelly, you are playing for Cameron, and Lewis is playing for Sherry. Whichever one of you will win, that person you're playing for will get the Andrew Schultz tickets.
In other words, Cameron, you're getting a booby prize, and it can just be like we'll be buds. Like you and I will be buds. That's your prize because I can guarantee you I don't think fast. Oh
All right.
no, I'm nervous.
Well, I'm just not smart.
Well, so there's 3 rounds here, 5 things in each round. They'll go quick because you got to think fast. These first ones, I will say something that blanks and starts with this letter.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right, first one. And you just say it. You don't have to say your name. There's no buzzer. You just say it when you know it. And there could be more than one answer for a couple of these.
Okay.
All right? Ready?
Yeah.
Something that whistles starting with the letter T.
Train whistle.
Train. Pterodactyl. You said pterodactyl.
You're so bad at this. I shouldn't say that. I should not say that.
All right.
I'm about ready to eat it. Go on.
Tea kettle was another one you could have used.
tea kettle.
there.
Tea kettle. Who has one of those that's not a grab all?
All right. This one starts with the letter B.
Okay.
Something that cries.
Baby.
Baby. Oh,
Lewis.
hey.
Baby rhinoceros.
Baby pterodactyl.
All right. The letter P. Something that rings.
Penis.
Phone.
What?
Phone.
In the world,
Phone.
Lewis. Yes, Kelly, you got the point. You just wanted to say that, didn't you, Lewis?
As soon as you said starts with the letter P, it was all over for him.
That's it.
All right. The letter B again.
Why can't we have 25 letters in the alphabet? We're going to use the same one twice.
Yes.
Okay.
Something that pops.
Butter. Oh, pops? Balloon.
Yes.
Dang.
Give me a second.
I couldn't even come up with a single
All right.
thing. Well done.
Thanks.
Tiebreaker for the first round. The letter D.
Uh-huh.
Something that creaks.
Door.
Door.
Yes,
Ding dong.
door.
I was thinking of another word for penis. Ding dong.
I mean, I guess if it's old enough, it might.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now these are it's about parts of the body. So
Oh,
this
I
is
got it.
round
Does
two.
it start with a P?
No, there's no letter. There's no letters here. You just got to get this.
All right.
All right. A part of the body that you don't have hair on.
Gallbladder.
Are you positive?
I mean,
I had mine out, and they did not mention that there was hair
elbow.
on
Is
it.
that elbow?
I kind of feel like we have to give her that one.
I mean, you do.
Yeah, I was looking for palms or soles of your feet, but gallbladder.
I
I'm
went
assuming-
internal.
I guess I didn't expect that.
Jason, thank you for the correction. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. Can we go back to soundiculous? I was better at that.
All right, here we go. A part of the body that blisters easy.
Hands.
Feet.
Hands. Have you ever stuck your hand on what do you call that? The burner on the stove?
No, because I know it's hot, so I
Yeah,
don't
that
touch
for
it.
If I
blisters up.
walk,
If I wear
walk,
the wrong kind
I
of
get
socks with the
blisters
wrong
on my
kind of
feet.
shoes, my feet blister.
I mean, it's a toss-up here, don't you think? Oh, no, I'll give it to you.
Well-
All right. I'm not looking to make you guys exhausted. Go ahead. Feet's right. Yeah, you're right. All right, I'll concede. Go on.
Okay, a body part that changes in size during the day.
Spleen.
A body part that changes in size during the day? Your stomach.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so good.
That's
but
a good
I
one.
said spleen first, so
Does
let's look
it?
it up.
Oh, so you don't know. I was actually looking for iris, but the stomach does.
Yeah.
Kelly, you're going to have to prove to me that the spleen changes. How does the spleen change
Listen,
size?
Splenic volume is lower in the morning than in the evening.
Oh, my
no, it reduces in size
Well,
over
it
10
changes.
hours.
The question was a body part that changes in size.
Oh, this was a specific patient. Sorry. It's not just in general, I guess. Postprandial dynamics of splenic volume in healthy people. I'm going to give it to you. This is ridiculous. I can't.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. All right, you're not out of this round yet.
Okay.
All right. A body part you see a specialist for.
Oh,
Penis.
oh my gosh. And you're right.
I am right. I am right.
That's the urology department, my man.
Tri-State Men's Health. If it doesn't work, they'll help you out.
All right, the final one was a body part that gets bigger as
Penis.
Penis.
as you get older.
Oh.
Ears.
Yes, ears and nose.
Oh. Your nose gets bigger as you get older?
Yeah.
And your ears. They're the only things that keep growing.
I didn't know that, but I thought there were only 25 letters in the alphabet, so clearly I am not the smartest
I mean, we got to
person in the
give you a
room.
couple point deduction on that. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Wait, how long is this game?
This is the
I'm
last
just
round.
kidding.
Last round. All these answers begin with SH.
Oh, boy.
Right.
Oh, come on. I already know what every answer is.
No.
Is it from the bumper sticker I called this morning called 1-800-EAT-SH? Okay.
No. All right. You might do this to shoes.
Shine.
Yes.
Do you have the dump button ready? Because I'm about to cuss.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to hit that.
Ding dong.
All right. A kind of story.
Short.
Yeah. Oh, tie.
That was a tie. That was a tie. That's
good.
Yeah. That's a no sum gain on that one.
All right. It's painful to get kicked here.
Shin.
Yes.
What?
Did you write down every SH word ever invented, and now you're just ready to go? That was pretty good.
You might get this someday if you've had chicken.
Shingles. I got it first.
Yeah, I didn't finish the question, Kelly. And finally, you
Go on.
You might celebrate by doing this.
Shabbat.
Shot.
Oh.
Shots.
Or shout, either one.
Guess you guys don't know Jewish celebrations.
No, but Ryan would like Rick to know that the iris doesn't change size, the pupil changes size.
Oh, well, that doctor's stupid then. I'm telling you. All right. Well, it was 2 out of 3 in each round, so it was close.
I know Lewis won.
Close.
That's okay. I give it to you. That was well played. And I do feel like maybe I could kind of be competitive, but I also want Thick Rick to have the chance to play. So,
and I would love to play, but that means that one of you has to
can I host next time?
If you want to come up with this stuff.
I'll be the next host.
Okay.
So that you can play.
Absolutely. I'll play. All right. For sure.
I really like the game.
You
It's
like
fun.
it?
Yes.
All right. What about you guys? Let us know, 99700 if you like the game. Think fast. And by the way, Sherry, Lewis was playing for Sherry, so she's got the tickets to see Andrew Schultz.
There you go, Sherry. Congratulations. Daughtry on the Morning Blitz with Thick, Rick, Kelly, and Lewis.
Amanda says that Thick keeps playing the ding dong doorbell and her dogs are going nuts. She said, "Stop it."
I know mine used to go crazy when that doorbell would ring.
Yeah.
Well, since we're annoying people at home today, Alexa, play 99.7 The Blitz.
Well, they already would be if they're listening.
I mean, what
so,
do you...
you need a better ask than that.
Well, they could be listening on an actual stereo.
Alexa, please send Lewis from Amazon.
I did that one day on the radio, and I said, "Alexa, please search child."
No. Oh, don't say it.
And everybody was so mad at me.
Yeah.
Alexa, what's the weather forecast in Columbus, Ohio?
The radio just cut out. Now it's telling.
This afternoon in Columbus.
I want to hear Alexa sing, "Eat the dog, eat the cat." That's what I want Alexa to sing.
Alexa, do
you
people
think she would?
Do people eat dogs and cats? Really?
They do. You know that. Haven't you ever heard of that? Never mind. I can't even talk about it. It's
They're
so
eating
gross.
the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the
Today's also National School Picture Day.
Oh gosh, you guys, don't you have solid memories of elementary school being in that line?
No.
And then you have to go up and sit down behind the screen.
Yeah, it was excruciating and gut wrenching, and they wanted nothing to do with
But
it.
you had to they would like fix your hair for you, and I'm like, man, you just made me look like the biggest doofus with your little wet comb.
It was as bad as the school pizza.
The school pizza's fantastic. How dare you?
You guys, don't you remember the wet combs and then a teacher like licking her thumb and getting something off your face?
No,
oh my gosh, we had a wild elementary school.
You did. I never had a teacher lick their thumb and touch me afterwards. Maybe I'm missing out.
Get a little smudge on your cheek. They're just doing you a favor so that your parents will buy the most expensive school picture package.
Speaking of that, do you guys know who comedian Kelsey Cook is?
No.
She's had this to say about school pictures.
Everyone says we're so self-absorbed now with our selfies, but I think we were way worse before then, because at one point we were all in school and we all had school picture day, and then we ordered physical copies of photos of ourselves and gave them to people. Like narcissistic sociopaths. Can you imagine doing that now as an adult? Just going up to a coworker unprompted, like, I signed it.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
A kayaker who was reported missing on Lake Erie has been safely recovered. This is kind of a miracle here. The man went missing Tuesday night when his boat started to fill with water and floated off. And it wasn't until yesterday morning that a pair of fishermen, thank God for fishermen, right, happened upon this struggling kayaker and brought him onto their boat. So he spent all night long using a bucket to continuously bail water out of his kayak. That is how he spent from evening Tuesday until morning Wednesday. Can you imagine? How tired are you?
Yeah.
For example, Charlie and I took kayaks out. I want to say it's been 8 years ago, all right? The last time I did any kayaking. We went to Mohican, and literally, and I kid you not, because we joke about it to this day, within 2 minutes, I told Charlie my arms were tired. Can I imagine going all night long bailing water? I'd just be like saying my prayers and saying goodbye to people, like as I'm sinking. I'm like, I'm too tired for this. So that's amazing. Like, what a feat. And I'm glad that guy's safe and sound today. The manhunt continues, believe it or not, for that Kentucky highway shooting suspect, Joseph Couch. The 32-year-old allegedly shot and injured 5 people along I-75 in southeastern Kentucky Saturday night. The reward is now $35,000 for information leading to his arrest. You know, that's not too far from here, really, if the guy's on the run. But I guess it's pretty rugged in that part of Kentucky. I think a lot of Kentucky's rugged. Pretty rugged where they're looking for him. But we remember we talked earlier in the week that he had texted his ex-wife before the shooting saying he was hoping to kill a lot of people. So this guy is not exactly sane. So obviously be careful. Okay, here's your Akron event that I want to tell you about. I would love to go to this. Macaulay Culkin is hosting a screening of Home Alone in Akron in December at the Akron Civic Theater. So what he's going to do is that we're going to all watch Home Alone, which is amazing. It's a must watch every December. And then he is going to talk about the film and talk about his career and kind of Q&A and all that kind of thing, like a real sort of intimate event with Macaulay Culkin. And I forgot to check and see how much tickets were. I didn't see the price. I'll check and have that for you tomorrow. Tickets do go on sale tomorrow.
Why Akron?
Well, I don't know. That's a great question too. Let me delve into this a little more, and maybe I can have some answers for you as to why Akron. I don't know. I mean, Akron's all right, I guess. There's no.
It just seems out of all the places in the country, why is it in Akron? Does he live there? Maybe.
Was the film partially shot there?
No, I don't. It was. They were in Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't. It might have been shot there. I don't know, but it was based in. That's what was supposed to be in Chicago.
Perhaps he just likes Akron.
Maybe he loves.
Yeah, I don't. I was just curious.
Maybe he loves Goodyear.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Those are your 3 things.